All right. Y'all are tuning into another behind the scenes official lyric breakdown. Of course, I'm Mada Atoms, and this is the lyric breakdown of Don't Wait Up that released back in August. Don't wait up, don't wait up, don't wait up, don't wait. That's just the intro. Don't wait up. That's the whole song. Don't wait up. Where do we draw the line when I'm thinking out the box? Wonder where my stops and I know that I'm a lie. Don't wait up. And I got a little echo going in there. Don't wait up. So the whole concept is, if people aren't willing to move with you, sometimes you gotta be okay with losing some people along the way if they're not willing to grow alongside you, or they're not willing to do the things necessary for them to become better or do better. And definitely could give people chances, but you got to draw the line at a certain point if they're not willing to put in the time or energy, especially for those individuals that may not be the healthiest individuals. Out of Hollywood on the boulevard, passing stars in the middle of it all, never lost who you are. Hold the applause when I'm speaking from the heart. Touched by an angel out in Los Angeles, a city filled with lust, and you seldom find trust. But that ain't the story about us. So this is a true story. I live in Hollywood, so I've been on that boulevard plenty of times, and ironically, there's this thing where you say passing stars in the middle of it all, never lost who you are. There's so many lost souls in Los Angeles, so ironically, that kind of makes sense. But people lose themselves wanting to get acceptance in Hollywood as a whole. So if you go to Hollywood Boulevard, it's nasty, it's dirty, it's grimy, and whatnot. So it's just a whole play of like continuing to stay true to who you are along the way. But I also start doing some foreshadowing about, in a city filled with lust and you seldom find trust. But that ain't the story about us. I like the little rhyme scheme that's going in here, lust, trust, but story about us. So I like that piece, but also it's the idea of like Hollywood can bring out who you really are at your core. And so, some people it can bring out the worst sides of them because they're not as self aware, or other people it can bring out a better side of them. Of course, it's about love. Ain't nothing more powerful than the universe can search the skies above. Felt like an earthquake, but I don't see no faults. Sometimes you gotta shake things up to get results. When we at the win, only time we take a loss, cause the only goal is betterment than the day before. Whoa. I like those lines. Of course, it's about love, man. That's the most powerful thing. I just said it. Ain't nothing more powerful in the universe. You can search the skies above. I literally made a reference to the universe, and I said you can search the whole universe. This is the most powerful. Then I brought it back down to earth. I said it felt like an earthquake, but I don't see no fault. So it's a whole play on the fact that earthquakes have fault lines. I'm not a science guy, but if I was, there's faults. So I'm saying that you don't have any faults because I accept you for your faults if you had any, but you don't have any because it felt like an earthquake, but I don't see any faults. It like shook my earth, shook my world. Anyway, sometimes you gotta shake things up to get results. It's just a whole play on the whole concept of like shake it up, the same way like you would with an earthquake, and you get better results. When we at the win, only time we take a loss because the only goal is betterment than the day before. It's the idea that like when you come to that true level of peace of mind, that um, if you're just trying to be a better version of yourself the next day, then you just win. As long as you just be a little bit better incrementally each day. And then when we at the win, only time we take a loss, we did take a loss at the win. I don't like to gamble. I'm not a gambling person, but my girl likes to play the slots. So we did a little $20 investment in free time and energy at the win. So ironically, we were at the win, but we didn't win. So that's why I wrote that lyric. That's a true story. Almost sold my soul for the diamonds and the gold till I realized can shine up on my own. Be sure to take time to let the process unfold. The more you try to control, the harder it is to let it go. You see some recurring themes in this set of music that we're releasing right now. So almost sold my soul for the diamonds and the gold till I realized can shine up on my own. Again, it's just finding that stronger sense of awareness. You don't need, yeah, you could put something on the wrist, but like the richest people don't even wear any jewelry. You know what I mean? But like what do people want? They want the validation that other people are going to give them for the diamonds and the gold. So it's almost like you actually sold who you are, trying to get acceptance from other people. So we're hitting the universe with topics. So take time, let the process unfold. The more you try to control, the harder it is to let it go. It's, again, it's the idea of like the more you try to pull for something, the more it actually gets away from you. Then that goes back into the chorus. Don't wait up. Don't wait up. If I'm slowing you down because I'm going out of bounds, don't like what I'm about. Don't wait up. Don't wait up. Where do we draw the line when I'm thinking out the box? When the rubber starts and I know that I'm a lie. Don't wait up. Not everybody's gonna understand it. So it's like, especially for creative individuals, it's gonna manifest itself in its own ways. So be creative, have fun, think outside the box. That's what it's all about. Funny how everyone be idolizing stars when in the end just want to know who they are. If you had it all, probably want more. It'll never be enough until you patching up the holes. It is funny how like we all say we idolize stars, but when you look at like their relationships half the time, it's disastrous, right? So again, it's just this like quest to learn who they are as an individual. And I know for me, my music is definitely some form of therapy, which is why I do it. And yeah, it's ironic. So if you had it all, you'd probably still want more. It's almost like this idea, like we're always trying to climb up the next hill. The moment you get up one hill, you want to get up the next one. But it's almost like this again. It's insatiable. So it's never enough until until you start patching up the actual holes. So it's almost like you're in this boat that's got a slow leak, and you're consistently pulling the water out, but you're never actually getting to where the hole is to be able to fix it. So just had to play on that. So that's why I actually said in the next lyrics, got a leak inside the boat, doing things to keep afloat, treading water with your problems more common than you know. Again, you're treading water with your problems. The problems are like surface level. So it's more common than we know that all of these people are going through the same thing. So we got a leak, and we're doing things just to try to stay afloat, but it's not helping. Pretty self-explanatory. Now I like this one. My approach never coast, sure I land with the sand between my toes, stay grounded no matter where I go. You electric like a guitar, could be my Mona Lisa. Cop a couple visas in the trip when they see us. So this was a beautiful play on words here. My approach never coast, like the coastline. Sure, like I guess it's S-U-R-E. Sure, I land with the sand between my toes, stay grounded no matter where I go. It's the idea of like, it's just a beautiful play on words, I'm not gonna lie. But sure, I land with the sand between my toes, stay grounded no matter where I go. Now the funny thing is I took the stay grounded no matter where I go. I don't fully understand. Again, I'm not a science guy, but that's why I brought the you electric like a guitar, could be my Mona Lisa. So I brought that line in just because first off, I like electric guitar. Second off, it's a nice play, like the contrast between stay grounded no matter where I go versus your electric, and it's almost like a super high energy. But even my girl always calls this out. We're like, at times we can be a good balance for each other, depending on what the scenario is. So it can be my Mona Lisa, because my girl's an artist. Cop a couple visas in the trip when they see us. That was again a play on words, they trip when they see us because you just got a couple of visas. But you could even make that a reference to like Visa, like credit cards, but more so it's just they trip when they see us. Catch me out of Rio, came a long way from Kia's. No pills, yet we chill out in Ibiza. What's the point of living if you can't define your goals? What would have happened if you had to let it go? Instead of carry baggage that other people throw. Misery is company, watch who you with, cause it shows. So, funny story, not my first car, but like, I had this car for a long time. I had a Kia Rio. So, it's a whole play on the idea of like going down to Brazil and like Rio de Janeiro. So catch me out of Rio, came a long way from Kia's. No pills, yet we chill out in Ibiza. It's the idea of like you have that freedom and flexibility to travel wherever you want. So it's like, what's the point of living if you can't define your goals? What would happen if you had to let it go? Get it? What's the point goal, right? Point goal, enough said. What would happen if you had to let it go instead of carry baggage that other people throw? Misery is company. Watch who you with, because it shows. It's again, it goes back to the whole concept of like people are gonna throw their baggage at you all along the way. So let that just, you don't need to carry that. You know, I've been in therapy before, and my therapist said, don't carry that stuff with you. Like, when got a bunch of trash, just get rid of it. And so misery is company. So, watch who you're with. Pretty self explanatory. Then goes back into the chorus one last time. Don't wait up, don't wait up, boom, 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 boom. And again, I like the idea of like, where do we draw the line when I'm thinking out the box? This idea of like, I have the boundaries. I'm thinking outside of like the normal scope of thinking, but where do we draw the line of like the boundaries that we have to have for those around us, right? Because there are individuals that sometimes will test our patience. And that is Don't Wait Up by Mada Atoms. Make sure to check it out. It's already streaming. Stream it everywhere. Come holla at me. And definitely check out Don't Wait Up.